The only thing I could change was myself. And I chose freedom from codependency. Welcome to recovery, choices, chances, and changes. Did you know that half of all American households live with the dysfunction of alcoholism and addiction? That 1 in 4 children live with addiction in their family as a norm? These statistics represent the sickening of the nation as the disease of addiction spreads. As a result, children live in chaos, neglect, and shame. Instead of safety and security, they experience confusion and frustration. Their peace may be shattered by domestic violence and emotional abuse. For most of us, home is a safe haven. But these youngsters never know when they may be hit with name-calling, brutal criticism, or when their sense of personal self-worth may be verbally attacked. Arguments between the adults in their home often quickly escalate into violence, and they feel helpless to stop the chaos. They live in constant fear. By their teens, the family dysfunction often sets them on a rebellious course of failing grades, hanging with the wrong crowd, dropping out of school, and their own substance abuse. Following the example of the adults in their lives, they know no other way to cope with life's challenges. Those who grow up in the dysfunction of addiction find it difficult as adults to develop and maintain healthy relationships, and often inflict the same emotional damage they've experienced on those closest to them. They tend to be reactive and explosive when disagreements arise, and because they feel insecure and vulnerable, they are quick to respond defensively with criticism and vulgar name-calling. It's what they learned in childhood. If these issues go unaddressed, they give rise to the next generation of addicts, setting off a painful cycle of codependency, suicidal despair, and too often, needless deaths. I know from personal experience that not only is the life of the addict at risk, but so is the health and well-being of their loved ones. My name is Gail Ferguson Jones, and I'm a family recovery advocate, motivational speaker, journalist, and author. As a survivor of 3 generations of alcoholism, I'm all too familiar with family dysfunction and codependency. It was many years before I realized why I had such a strong need to feel in control of situations, why I felt frustrated by life, as though everything and everyone was against me. These are all traits of codependency that I was unaware of. Then there were the recurring dreams of feeling suffocated and paralyzed. I would feel an urgent need to awake from these night terrors, but couldn't. I would struggle against feelings of impending doom, even though I wasn't under attack. The more I tried to wrestle my way out of these terrifying nightmares, the more I experienced a total loss of control and desperation. Each episode felt like a brush with death. Eventually, I came to realize I needed the help of therapy, family 12-step recovery, and soon after, the night terrors ended. The dreams were just a symptom of lifelong circumstances that were beyond my control. Actually, panic attacks resulting from unhealed trauma. Once I accepted that I was not responsible for the problems of my loved ones and powerless to change them, I was free to empower myself. Just as a caterpillar weaves itself into a cocoon of transformation, I wrapped myself in my own recovery and set myself free like a butterfly. Yes, addiction is a family disease, but I believe strongly the 12-step motto for loved ones. Didn't cause it, can't cure it, can't change it. It's so true. We are powerless to change others, but we have the power to make personal choices that free us from their problems. The changes I made when I began to focus on my own self-care have led to a life of world travel, business development, motivational speaking, and abundance of new and supportive and loving friends. Now I get to serve others on their road to health and healing. But first, I had to love myself and my life totally and completely. That's what my Butterfly Effect program is about. It's said that just the gentle fluttering of a butterfly's wings can set off powerful changes. It's what recovery is all about: personal empowerment and change. Butterfly Effect helps you see ways you may be enabling the alcoholic or drug addict in your life. You learn to recognize the codependent behaviors that keep you tied to their problems. When you make yourself the priority, you will reap the amazing rewards of freedom. And the changes your loved one sees in you may just be the spark that leads them to seek help. There's no need to sacrifice your health and well-being just to prove you love someone else. Love yourself most, love yourself first, claim your peace of mind. Step into a new life of freedom and happiness. You're worth it. It's up to you to be loved, be healed, be free. Won't you join me?